Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is a Tuesday. It is the 14th day of January. Today is National Dress Up Your Pet Day.
Our dogs do not like that.
Yeah, we've got two dogs, and I've never really dressed them up, but I know
I
you
have.
Yeah,
They're not fans.
you've got them costumes for Halloween a few times. And
they don't like it.
Not a big fan. It's also National Hot Pastrami Sandwich Day today. It is Ratification Day today, and it is Shop for Travel Day today. So it's a good day to go on and figure out what you're going to do for a vacation in 2020.
Sounds
Do we
like
have
fun to me.
Vacation plans?
Yes, we do.
All right, well, we're already set. Also, it's a Tuesday, so that means we have a little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie. Going to do that later in the program as well. I'm going to see if I can stump him today with my question, Heidi.
Okay.
I got a good one.
All right.
Coming up here in a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A study by the University of California found that online DNA databases could be vulnerable to genetic hacking. So I wonder what that would be.
Genetic hacking?
Where somebody would go in and steal your DNA and build a new you? Is that what that is?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. Or genetic hacking. I wonder if that would be where they go in and change your DNA profile that's on record.
That could be.
So, you get convicted of a crime or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm confused. I've got a link to the story if you want to see if you can crack the code. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At BetterCreditCards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. A Florida man is facing several charges after police say he assaulted an officer and bit the ear of a canine dog while naked and high on meth.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on.
There really is. 38-year-old Donald Watts was arrested Saturday for multiple charges, including simple battery, 2 counts of resisting an officer or resisting arrest, and 1 count of aggravated battery on a service dog. Deputies say that they were called to a residence. It says here, reports of a man, later identified as Watts, using methamphetamines. They heard strange noises when searching the yard and eventually located Watts, naked, covered in dirt, lying in what appeared to be a shallow body of water. Casper, a canine police dog, was given the command to apprehend Watts, but the deranged man leaped, grabbed Casper by the head, and bit him on the ear.
Good Lord,
Yeah,
poor
eventually
dog.
the dog broke free and bit Watts in the head, so he got him back. That's what happens when your brain is on drugs. You can read all the details at Time4Rehab.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. For the second year in a row, there will be no celebrity presiding over the annual Academy Awards show. So they're not going to have an actual official host.
Nobody really wants to do it, I don't think.
I don't know that it's that. I think that's kind of what it started with. Now they tweeted last week after the Ricky Gervais thing. They're like, oh, it's kind of a good thing we don't even have a host. The Academy of Motion Picture and Sciences confirmed last Wednesday in a tweet that they will not have a host. Another Bachelor spinoff is coming. The Bachelor Listen to Your Heart. It's going to have 20 single men and women whose lives revolve around music. They're going to search for love through music, singing well-known songs, both individuals and as couples. They will meet and explore their relationship while living together and going on bachelorettes.
So they're turning The Bachelor
style.
into a musical?
Yeah, they're going to go on Bachelor-style dates at Focus.
That is so
music.
painful.
So they're like, hey, this kind of worked and this kind of worked. Let's just jam that all in one show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Big screen, little screen. Brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, your scoop of the day brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. NASA astronaut Christina Koch now owns the record for the longest space flight by a woman. December 28th, the 40-year-old astronaut eclipsed the record of former astronaut Peggy Whitson, who spent 289 days, 5 hours and 1 minute in space in 2017. Cook has been on the International Space Station since March of 2019, expected to remain aboard the satellite until next month.
Wow.
I've got a link to the story, by the way, if you want to read all about that. It's in our show notes today. Astronomers have found another Earth-like planet.
Really?
Yeah, so they found a planet out there like, hey, it looks kind of like
Where
us.
is that?
I don't know, somewhere else. It's not here.
Somewhere far, far away.
Where is that? How am I supposed to point to it? It's over there. I don't know what you mean.
I mean, how far away?
It's a ways.
You don't have any of this information.
We don't have enough gas to get there, if that's what you're asking. They found another planet. I'm just hoping
Well,
that
how'd they find it?
they looked and they found it. I don't know what you mean. How am I supposed to answer that?
I don't know.
It's out there. It's in the universe. A record 530 TV shows were shown on broadcast and streaming channels last year. So there's more programs, a whole lot of them.
Right.
A lot of new stuff out there. Valentine's Day is next month. It falls on a Friday this year, which means restaurants will be even busier than usual. So they're saying this week is when you're supposed to start making Valentine's Day reservations. So don't wait until like 2 o'clock on Valentine's Day to go.
Right, and say, can we get in tonight?
What should we do tonight?
Yeah.
What am I saying? Don't wait till 5 o'clock on Valentine's evening to say, what should we do tonight? Yeah, if you want to do something special, now is the time. And speaking of Valentine's, if you would like an excuse to leave your Christmas tree up, if you have one,
right,
chances are if it's an artificial one, if you've got a real one, it's probably getting kind of crusty by now. According to Google Trends, the search for Valentine's trees are up 88% over the last few years. Yeah. And a quick scroll through Instagram confirms people are actually putting up pink and red Valentine Day trees.
Yeah, no
now.
thank you.
So Heidi took our tree down, was it like a couple weeks ago already?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, she's good. We're married, by the way, for those of you who didn't know that. A Florida woman was arrested on charges of retail theft. She was seen concealing merch in her bag. She left a Walmart without paying for 5 cans of spray paint, a box of Playtex, a brassiere, and a jar of olives. What kind of project was that?
That's quite the combination.
That is just a very bizarre combination of things. And a 7-year-old boy in China was found driving a 3-wheeler with his dad on the back. His father was so intoxicated he was passed out. The boy drove 12 miles to fetch his father, who passed out after a heavy drinking session. Again, he is 7 years old.
7.
Boy, 7.
Is there an age that you have to be to drive a 3-wheeler?
I don't know. I think that the story really wasn't so much about the 3-wheeler. It was about the fact that he went to pick up his father that was passed out. But nice catch, Heidi. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on Tuesday.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for this little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
It's Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
How you doing, Charlie?
You're just lucky to answer the phone.
We are
Yes, we are.
very lucky that you answer the phone. How are you doing, man?
Well, I'm on the right side of the grass.
Well, that's a good place to be. So, what kind of cool stuff are we going to learn about today, Charlie?
Hey, McDonald's, you know what that is.
Yeah, we know McDonald's, yeah.
And I think I told you this once, but it's been a long, long time ago. They once made bubblegum flavored broccoli.
Oh, wow.
Yuck.
Bubblegum flavored broccoli at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Did not make the top 10 list, no.
Yeah, that sounds very bizarre.
In fact, I think the guy that did that is no longer employed with me.
Yeah, probably not.
Call it a hunch, but I'm pretty sure.
He's working for Ben & Jerry's or something.
There you go. 7% of American adults believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Oh, my goodness. And it does not. Just for those of you who don't know that, it does not.
That's 7%, like 16.4 million Americans think chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Yeah, it comes from regular cows, and then they add the chocolate to it. Just for those of you who didn't know that.
You know, but if you really look at a brown cow, you could think, well, maybe that does come from him.
No.
But brown eggs come from brown chickens, you told us, right?
Yes, they do.
And white eggs come from white chickens?
You can book on that.
There you go.
That'll get you a cup of coffee somewhere. Good old polar bears. They could eat as many as 86 penguins in a single setting.
They could?
Wow. That's super impressive. I wonder how often they have to eat then. Is that like a regular bear where they can eat and eat and eat and then they hibernate for like 6 months and then they don't have to eat again for that whole time?
Who are you asking this from?
I don't know if that's polar bears, but they apparently get awful hungry.
Huh. I'm going to have to look that up because that's interesting.
I just wondered if you thought Charlie was going to know the answer.
It's a little tickle in my throat here. I think I had a penguin there or something. And then in 2017, more people were killed taking a selfie than by shark attacks.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, people stop doing that. Especially the dangerous ones.
Right?
Look at me on this cliff.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Well, that whole cell phone thing's a bad idea. You don't see me carrying that stuff around.
No, we don't.
Never will you catch me doing that stuff.
No.
Just because I'm stupid, don't know how to work a cell phone. But anyway.
I wasn't going to say it.
You were thinking it, though. I know you were.
I got to tell you, I'm pretty proud of your wife, though. She's got it all figured out now.
She turned into an official junkie, yeah. Hey, I got one last thing here for you then.
All right, what do you got?
I think I must have because it's the only thing left on the sheet.
Okay.
And this is just one of them things in case you care stuff.
Okay.
May 29th. That's coming up here pretty soon.
Few months, yeah?
It's officially put a pillow on your fridge day.
Why?
Why would anyone do that?
Because it's May 29th. I don't know.
We will plan ahead.
Okay.
I don't make this stuff up. I research it.
Yeah, it's tough stuff. Hey, do you want to answer a question for us, Charlie?
Sure, why not?
All right, here we go. It says, if you're indoors, there's a 92% chance you're sharing the room with one of these right now. What do you think it is?
92% chance, huh?
Yeah, that you're sharing the room with one of these right now. What do you think it is?
A beer.
No.
A dog.
A spider.
Oh.
92% chance you're in the same room as a spider if you're in a room right now.
92?
Well, that don't even make sense.
Well, there's a lot of spiders out there. They're hiding. They're really good at that.
Did you think this up by yourself, or did you have help?
I got it from your crew that you fired last month.
They're working for us now.
That's why they're no longer employed by me.
They're so good at making things up.
They come up with that dumb stuff.
Well, Charlie, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll catch up again next week.
I suppose we'll do it on Tuesday, too, huh?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, I'll be here.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
Want to make your sweetheart smile next month for Valentine's Day? Find some fun, matching shirts at funkymonkeyshirts.com. We have a whole collection of fun shirts for you lovebirds.
My wife rocks.
My man rocks.
We also have many silly shirts that will make you smile any day of the year.
My ex-wife was a trophy wife.
Participation trophy.
Find something fun for a loved one, friend, or for yourself at funkymonkeyshirts.com. That's funkymonkeyshirts.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Ronald McDonald is not Ronald McDonald in Japan. You know what his name is there?
What is it?
Donald McDonald.
Oh.
Because it makes pronunciation easier for people in Japan. Ever since the first McDonald's opened there in 1971, the mascot has been named Donald. Often when Japanese people find out that his name is Ronald elsewhere, they're very surprised. Just like we would be surprised to find out he's Donald somewhere else.
Right.
So, Ronald McDonald or Donald McDonald. That's today's fun fact.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, news headlines from somewhere in this world. Dateline, England. A British woman has been arrested for drunkenly asking two men to join the Mile High Club during her commercial flight.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
It's a bad idea. You don't want to.
She casts a wide net.
Apparently.
What about you?
How about you?
What about you?
Okay, aisle 6. What you up to? It's a bad idea. This has been news headlines from somewhere in this world.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. According to a charging affidavit that nobody really needs to read, a Florida woman was arrested for allegedly tossing a bucket of human feces in the face of her landlord.
Oh, gross.
59-year-old Joanne Merconder was collared. I love that they're saying that in stories now.
Yeah,
instead of arrested. Collared. She was collared following a confrontation in a mobile home that she rents from a 65-year-old victim. The victim is the one that she...
Sure.
Okay. So she was arrested for battery on a person over the age of 65. He made it just barely over the age of 65. Victim told sheriffs that she had previously arranged with... Oh, so it's a lady. Okay. To check on some broken items in the residence. When she got there, she knocked on the door. No response. So she opened the door and was met with a bucket full of human feces being thrown right in her face. The victim's account of the violent incident was confirmed by witnesses. It says here she was completely covered and dripping wet after initially claiming the victim had attacked her. Then the person who threw the stuff said, no, I threw it.
That's
As
disgusting.
soon as she came in. So it was like she planned ahead. Why else would you have a bucket just waiting?
Well, no,
That's like
here's what I'm wondering is
If she didn't know
one
it
of
was
the
her.
thing that was broken,
The toilet? Oh.
and she could not get her to come and service the
See?
toilet.
Even if it was, that doesn't make it right. It still makes it today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by SingleStudentLoan.com. A Florida man was tased and then arrested after cursing at deputies while he was stark naked. So there were several calls on a tip line about a man screaming at the top of his lungs in his underwear, walking around in a neighborhood. They found 32-year-old Charles Suarez standing in a driveway screaming profanities. As they got up to him, it says he finally walked outside, and it sounds like then he took off the underwear. I'm not exactly sure what was going on here. But police told him he was under arrest. Once again, he tried to run. He was tased, finally taken down, arrested for exposing himself, breaching the peace, and resisting law enforcement without violence. So there you go. Wow, what a day.
That's quite the day.
This guy's he's got maybe find a better hobby. This is today's moment of duh.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, fake news or Florida? Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it made up just to trick you and amuse me? You ready?
Okay, I am ready.
Fake news or Florida? A Vero Beach man told police he wasn't drinking and driving because he was only drinking at stop signs. Fake news or Florida?
That was Florida. We've talked about that one.
Yeah, and I know we did. See, that's the tough thing.
I remember that
we
one.
We read these stories, and then I think later I'm going to be able to sneak it past you. And
I could totally see why he would think
it's like I wasn't drinking and driving. I was drinking or driving. I stopped every time, but that is still drinking and driving.
Yes, it is.
So don't do that. That is today's fake news or Florida.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Really cool story here. Here's a headline. A mechanic creates a prosthetic for a 9-year-old girl so she can play a violin like the rest of her class. 9-year-old girl now gets to play because of the kindness of a classmate's father. Valerie Romero is a 4th grader at St. John Middle School in Arizona. She was born with only one hand, so she was having trouble playing her violin like the rest of the classmates. But recently, Nate Kellogg's children came home from school and talked about this young girl and that she needed help holding her violin holding her violin and her bow at the same time. And she could practice, but it was really difficult.
Right.
So that's when this Mr. Kellogg, Nate Kellogg, a mechanic, thought, I'm going to help. So he began to look at his various tools and figured out, if I take this and if I use that. And anyway, next thing you know, he built a really cool little prosthetic based around the instrument. So it was like an instrument holder. He said, I did some research online and figured out what to do, but I didn't have the tools to do that, the ones that like the prosthetic makers use.
Right.
So I did the next best thing. When I was in the military, there was this stuff called thermoplastic, and you could mold that, so he molded it to her arm.
That's fantastic.
It's a plastic that becomes flexible and moldable in really hot water, and then it hardens to the shape as it cools back to room temperature. So there's a picture of this and all of the stuff here. It's really, really cool.
What a guy.
Yeah, it's really neat. So he made her, he's got it so she can hold the violin with one hand, and then with this prosthetic, the bow is actually attached to it. So she can do the... I'm making motions in the studio. It makes no sense because it doesn't really translate to the radio. But she can use her violin now. I think it's really
so. Not only was this man a hero to our country, he was a hero to this little girl.
Sounds like one heck of a cool dude.
Absolutely.
So I've got a link to the story. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.